This is Desmond Booker, your favorite Christian dating and relationship coach and your success coach. And we're coming live. Have a great live for you today. As we normally come on, we want to thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about going from grind to grace. No more grinding, no more hustling, right? We're going from grind to grace. And one of the things that you have been doing, if you've been really been pressing and struggling and you doing your to-do list, and then you wake up in the morning and guess what happens? You're tired. You feel like you haven't accomplished anything. But today, let's talk about going from grind to grace. And one of the things that you have to begin to understand is that when you're grinding, you're not flowing. So you're out of alignment. So we have to begin to get into alignment. And as you're moving from grind to grace, we're talking about what? The flowing of the inside. Now, many times we're wanting to flow on the outside, but we can't see flow on the outside if there's an internal conflict, internal chaos. So what we have to begin to do is what? Is we have to begin to flow from the inside, and then that flow from the inside is going to end up flowing to the outside. Okay? It's all about the way that you think, the way that you feel, and the way that you act. That's what creates what? An attitude. That's what creates the flow. So if you have what? If you're thinking properly, it's going to cause you to feel correctly, and it's going to cause you to act. And so what we're going to want to do in 2026 is what? Is go from grinding to grace. And so I want you to really begin to look at how you're flowing now. Are you flowing, or are you grinding? Are you in that graceful, ease, or are you, hustling and bustling? I want you to really think about that. I see you guys joining me. Thank you for joining me today. And so as you're beginning to think about that, look at your actions, okay? What you want to do is get in alignment with your actions. And the only way that you can get in alignment with your actions is that you have to be clear about your goals. You have to be clear about what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to achieve. When you're clear about that, then you're going to get a clear picture, and then that clear picture is going to cause you of what actions you're needing to take. You're not going to have to guess the actions. The actions are just going to flow. So I want you to really think about this. Are you in a flow? I know so many high achieving queens that I'm helping that were struggling, that were grinding, but now they're in a flow. And that's what you're wanting to do, is not be in a grind. Because when you're in a grind, you're accomplishing things, but you're exhausted. We're going to want to get rid of the exhaustion, and we're going to want you to flow with ease. We're going to want you to flow without the exhaustion. And so when you're making the calls, doing the work, but the inside, you're still rehearsing past disappointments. And that's why this feels so heavy. So I'm accomplishing things, but you're also looking at what you're not accomplishing. And so we talked about this for a couple of weeks, but you have to begin to look at your schedule. You have to begin to look at, I'm helping all these people, but the people that I'm helping, should I be helping them? So you have to do all of this internal work, and then also look at your schedule, look at who you're helping, look at even why you're helping certain people, because a lot of times, hate to say this, we are people pleasing. And so because we don't want to disappoint anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, so we're trying to do all things for all people. You're not going to be able to do that and feel not exhausted. You're going to be exhausted. So you're going to have to really pick and choose who you're helping, how much time you're going to spend with them. Okay, this is very important. And we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? But we're going to have to. We're going to have boundaries, and we're going to have some strategy about this. So let's continue to talk about going from grinding to grace. First of all, what? You're going to check how you feel. How are you feeling this morning? How are you feeling? And how are you accomplishing things? Oh my goodness. No more running around. I'm just going to say it like that, right? Let's go to grace. So grace starts when you stop fighting yourself and start healing the thoughts that say you have to earn in order to and not be exhausted. I have to earn through exhaustion. Take away that right now. That's one mental shift that you're going to have to begin. So many people feel like I have to get it. I have to grind. I have to, if I'm not working hard, then I'm not, no, We're not going to be working hard. We're going to be working smarter. Not working harder, but we're going to be working smarter. And we're not going to be exhausted in that. So we have to begin to think properly. I want you to really begin to accept that. Because especially for the way that I grew up and the culture that I grew up in, and you have to think about the same thing. When you talk about not working hard, oh my God, you would be in trouble if you're talking about not working hard, right? But no, we've gotten away from that. It's not about working hard. It's about working smarter. It's about time to delegating, and it's time to giving some things to other people that are around you to help you. It's time to eliminate some things so that you can flow with. How can you have grace? How can you flow with grace when you have all these things on your to-do list? You can't, right? And so I want you to begin to think like a queen. I want you to begin to think like a queen with authority and not thinking like a queen from stress. You're sitting on your throne, queen, and you're going to be thinking with authority. What can I do to make my day smoother? Who can I help, or who do I need to be helping today? What can I give to this person for them to do what I need them to do? Do you see? This is thinking from authority, more strategic than from stress. You can't think stressful and have flow and have grace. You have to think strategically, and you're a queen. So you're going to be thinking, you're sitting on your throne, and you're going to be thinking how you're going to order your day, how things are going to flow on a day-to-day basis. How can I make things easier for me? We're going from grind to grace. I'm not going to be doing all things for all people and think that I'm going to be grinding my way. That's good. Let's put away with that. Let's flow in grace. So grace is power under control. I want you to think about that. Grace is power under control. It's having the mental toughness, the mental attitude to stay calm when the pressure is on. Come on, you can't stay without pressure. You can't stay less stress when you have all this pressure on you. I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta help them, I gotta help them. Oh my God, I got another call, I gotta go take care of that. You can't. Flow with grace. Flow with grace. You can't do that under stress. So you have to have the mental toughness. You have to think strategically. Okay? Now, I want you to think about how, and this is why we've been talking about the habits that you're wanting to install, the certain thing that you're doing, how you order your day, the certain thing that, and so what habits, I want you to think about this, what habits could you implement into your life? Okay, so we already, and you know me, we talk about the morning process, the things that we're doing in the morning to start our day. What other habits? Somebody calls you, and then immediately you go try to run and put that fire out, or you try to help them. Maybe a habit would be what? Okay, I heard what you said. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you on that, right? I'm not going to be running so every time the phone rings, you're not going to go put out a fire. That may be a habit that you want to establish. You want to establish maybe a habit of a 15-second rule, right? Where you hear the problem for somebody, and then you begin to step back and you think about if you want to help them or not help them. You create a habit. You may one of the habits may be before the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that my desk is clean. I'm going to make sure that my work area is clean. Whatever that habit is, to give you less stress so that there's more grace, you implement that habit. And one of the most important things is getting the rest. So one of the things that if you're staying up late and you have a high productive day and you got a lot of things going on, one of the habits is going to bed early so that you can get some rest. Maybe establishing the habit of eating certain foods that give you high energy because you're running all the time. Implementing vitamin C into your diet, right? Eating salads or whatever it is so that you can habit. Maybe even want to take a walk. Establish that habit. I'm going to walk every day just to clear my head. You establish again, we're going from grind to grace. Establish that habit. So I want you to imagine waking up and executing your goals without a knot in your stomach. I want you to think about that. I'm establishing a routine in my life, and I'm executing with ease. This is gonna be so funny. When is the last time that you actually had a day where you was not exhausted, and you were because you were executing from everything, and you just totally? When's the last time that you just came home? You're like, oh my God, I accomplished so much today. When's the last time you had that grace? When's the last time that you felt like you wasn't running from here to there to there in on important meetings, and doing all these? When's the last time you had that without that knot in your stomach? When's the last time you felt that? That knot is always there. That, oh my God, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time in the day. I got too much work to do for today. I got too many things to do. No, we're going to stop grinding and we're going to go into grace. So I want to end that right there. So if you're ready to stop hustling, right? If you're ready to stop grinding and ready to start going into grace and you need a little help, book a 15-minute call with me. Let's begin to talk about this. And again, many of you have been taking advantage of because I've opened my calendar up, you've been taking that advantage. And so I want to invite you to a 15-minute quick call. We'll look at where you're at, what's going on, so that we can take you from grind to grace. You can click the link in my bio if you're watching me on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, and you can also click the link in my bio below. Click the description, and I put my 15-minute call in there. I want to thank you for subscribing. IG channel is blowing up. I thank you for that. If you like this video, please like it. And also, if you want to not only subscribe to it, but share this with somebody. Instagram, share this with somebody. We're going from grind to grace in 2026. If you're in my Facebook group, Open Your Mind to Prosperity, I want to thank you for joining that as well. That link is down below if you're wanting to join the Open Your Mind to Prosperity, so you can begin to flow with grace. And I'm giving you ways to succeed, ways to prosper, but you have to open your mind to that. All right. Thank you for joining me. Remember, queens don't settle. Have a great day.